Hello and welcome. I'm Tina, CMM here at Unleashed Creative Studio, and today we are experimenting with hand paper making. Let's get started. I gathered my paper scraps over a period of time and then dumped all those into a bucket, added some water, and then I let it soak for a few days. And while it was soaking, I got my decal and frame ready, decal and mold, and then my drying area, and then we're ready to go. So I'm using my mixing arm on my cordless drill, and I quickly realized that the cardboard that I had in there was not breaking down as nicely as the printer paper usually does. And so I went ahead and pulled all the chunks out that I could, put them in a separate bucket, and then to be able to reuse those, I threw a small handful of the cardboard chunks into the blender with copious amounts of water, more water, and then blended a lot and sifted the blended paper pulp through a strainer just to pull out any grody junky bits that I didn't want in my paper. And then once everything was blended and ready to go, threw it in my vat of pulpy water and took my decal and mold and stirred up the paper pulp and sifted it out. I kind of jiggled it around a little bit to make sure that the paper pulp ended up in a smooth layer instead of chunky and bumpy. Take the deck over to the couching sheet and flop it on there. Use your sponges to pull as much water out as possible. And then you're going to very carefully lift up your decal, and you have a piece of paper. And now you do your party dance. Woo, 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 woo. All right, there's so many different ways that you can dry it. The way that I have set up was the drying rack, which we already kind of showed. And so I like it because it's dual purpose. I can use it for my paper and for our laundry. Oh, so satisfying. And now we have, once the paper's dry, I wanted to press it so it wasn't quite so wrinkly. A big giant stack of books from the thrift store. And now we have our paper. This batch made it made 28 sheets. And now we're going to test it out. So first I want to see how it folds, and it folded really well. I was actually surprised there was no wrinkly, jaggedy edges. It tore really nice. There's going to be some blemishes just from the chunks that are in there. There's the front side. This is the back side. That's the side that's against the decal, and so it will have more texture. The front side will be smoother. I'm going to test out writing implements on the back side first. So pencil, Pilot, those both wrote nicely, and you could see them pretty well. And then a crayon, because why not? Pretty sure it's Crayola, but I don't know for sure. And then your entry-level marker. This one's a Creatology. I can't remember who that is from. Just your generic marker didn't bleed through, so I was excited about that. You have the Papermate Flare, and that one did not bleed through. That one did a little bit, but it didn't spread. The Jelly Roll went on better than I was expecting it to. There's Everest. She was in my chair with me. All right, and then next up we have my favorite, Sharpie markers. So this one kind of spread as well as bled through to the other side. Same with the alcohol ink marker that I have from Blick. And then the Staedtler, those are what I use for lining my art. The one I felt like ripping up the paper. None of them bled through. The 3 and the 5 went on just fine. And then now I'm testing them all out on the front side of the paper. I wasn't expecting anything different, but I was happily surprised that the Sharpie and the alcohol ink marker did not spread as much on the front side, on the smoother side. And so that made me happy. And then here we have some fun stuff that I threw into my journal. I hope you enjoyed my paper making, and I look forward to seeing you again on the next video. Have a great day.